some!
Now, from the second city of Chicago, head down Lakeshore Drive and you find venerable Soldier Field, home of the Bears. Stage is set. Ball is on the tee. And off we go on EA Sports. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. First play, and McCarthy to throw. He'll find the rookie from UCLA. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
One of the things that makes him one of the best receivers in the NFL, Mike, is his ability to create separation downfield. He makes it so easy for his quarterback to not only find him, but to constantly create a nice throwing window like he did right there.
That's to the right side and incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
17 yards on that connection. First down, Minnesota.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes. You just can't say enough about how hard it is to play cornerback in today's modern NFL, Mike. I mean, not only are these wide receivers better than ever, but the way the rules are written, you're really out there on an island with not a lot of options. Your technique has to be perfect. Your timing has to be perfect. It's exactly what we saw here, and he makes a great play on the ball.
That pass play good for 22. It'll be a Vikings first down. Throwing again is McCarthy. And he's in. Brevin Jordan. Touchdown. It's his fourth touchdown on the year. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And, Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. Set to go now on first and 10. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. On first and 10, it's Williams. laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. That one good for 26 yards. Williams going to look to throw it on first down. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have an internal clock in their head. How does my protection match up with the rush and the route concept I'm trying to attack downfield? In this case, he's looking downfield, realizes quickly this ball's got to come out, checks it down to his underneath drag, picks up what he can.
That is caught at the 3. And he'll take it on in. DK Metcalf. Touchdown, Chicago. Now Cairo Santos to add the point after. The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line. They'll fake the give, and now it's McCarthy. That's over the middle and intercepted. And he'll be taken down, and there is a flag on the play. This is going to be a huge call. Finding Metcalf quickly on the RPO. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum.
That one, take it in, middle of the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Greg, they take advantage of the good field position and move it downfield for the score.
When you take the field as an offense, there's a little added confidence boost, Mike, when you see yourself this close to the end zone. You get into the huddle, you're anxious to see what the next couple of plays are. You're able to take advantage and end up punching it in.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. Throwing right, it's taken in. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. From the gun, here's McCarthy. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete.
Well defended there, and the quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
Oh, not a good throw there. That's across his body. It's intercepted. We saw it earlier, the defense on the quarterback with the earlier interception. Now, Greg, Not only do they pick them, they turn it into a pick six.
And, Mike, the reality is this has just been a bad first half throwing the football. I mean, not only is it a second interception, but this time the defense gets their hands on the ball, and they're able to take it all the way back for the pick six.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A return now from the 4. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. They send the tight end in motion. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield.
It's so early in the game, you have to be careful now as coaches and players that you don't find yourself trailing early and get out of your game plan. There is so much time left. Stick to what you've worked on all week. There's plenty of time to chip away and see if you can make this thing close come the fourth quarter.
And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end. Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down?
Third and 9. The tight end going in motion to the left. To the air on third down is McCarthy. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill.
And this one is blocked.
So they clearly have a beat on this kicking unit. Now, there's two ways to do it. They either have a tip on the long snapper or the holder. But either way, in this case, they're able to time the snap count perfectly, gain an advantage on the outside, and come away with a huge block.
The drive will start on the ground. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
He'll get this up close to a first down as he stopped just shy of midfield.
And it doesn't really matter who you put on him, Mike. When you want to play one-on-one man coverage against a receiver like this, there's not a whole lot else you can do. It's hard to put help over the top because the ball's being thrown out by the sidelines. I like playing in and out. I like playing zone. Somebody underneath, somebody over the top. Share the responsibility. That's not what they're doing. It's straight man coverage. Quarterback sees the matchup. There's no question where the ball is going to go.
So a big third down hookup takes us to the break. It's the Bears off to the early lead. We're back to Soldier Field after this. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Metcalf left side. He's got it. And he's not going to get too far. Tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. This will be incomplete, but a penalty flag down on the play. And let's see who's guilty. Throw it again. It's Williams. Brought in by the tight end, Cole Kmet. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
They may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on second down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on third down where it's a little bit more manageable.
That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down. They try to throw again. Here's Williams. This is caught at the 2. The Bears are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them down to the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And he bounces it to the outside. And he's in. Touchdown, Chicago. This defense continuing to give up points. Greg, you've been on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now, on the flip side, what does it do to your opponent? It takes them completely out of their game plan, knowing this early in the game, they're chasing points.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Deebo Samuel going to get a chance to return it. Now, on the return, he has lost the football. You talk about everything going wrong. A big deficit. All you want is the ball and a chance to get back in the game, and now, Greg, they hand the ball right back to him on this kickoff fumble.
Mike, you know the saying, when it rains, it pours, and right now it is pouring on this team. They just can't get out of their own way. They lose a fumble here on the kickoff just to make matters worse. This has just been a complete disaster all around for this unit.
That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
Here's a run. And he will dive into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. That's a 2-touchdown game for him. Numbers 7 and 8 for the season. Santos, good on the extra point. And the Bears add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Samuel going to see what he can do. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. First and 10. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. This one complete to Jordan. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground.
And for the third time in this first half, he's been intercepted. And the Bears will get the ball at their own 17-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
They'll begin here on the ground. And he will wiggle his way forward for a gain of a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Working out of the gun. Here's Williams. That's complete. It's Metcalf. Still going. And he's going to take this all the way to the house. 81 yards. Touchdown, Chicago. Well, that was a pretty easy touchdown. He was wide open, Greg. Easy chance to close the deal, and they do with a touchdown.
And, Mike, it just appears to me that's just a breakdown defensively. You can't allow a receiver to not only be so open it's an easy pitch and catch, but then to have the space to operate after the catch to finish that one off in the end zone.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Samuel gonna see what he can do. Whoa! And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Throwing here on 1st and 10 is McCarthy. To the sideline, and what a catch, and what a great job to keep the feet alive. Inbounds as good as you can do it. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They send him right out of the slot. On 1st and 10, it's McCarthy. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. Coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
McCarthy to the air on 2nd down. The pressure's going to get there again. He's forced down once more.
It's just so hard to get anything going when you're just not confident running your own system. And all these early sacks, yes, they kill drives, but think what it does to the quarterback. The quarterback just can't be confident operating out of the pocket. There's no rhythm, there's no timing, and everything you planned on doing today coming in is out the window.
It'll be a punt coming from the Vikings. And he's going to be hit and dropped right away. That's great coverage there. Winds up with nothing on the return. They'll motion over Metcalf. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
Let's give credit where credit's due. Defensively, finding yourself down by this much at this stage of the game, they could just pack it in. They could say, all right, this one's over. We're moving on to next week. They're continuing to play hard. They're continuing to get after the quarterback, and nice start to this drive.
Fires left sideline. That is complete. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. They get 25 on that connection. Good for a Bears first down. the shotgun. It's Williams. He's going to air one out for Metcalf. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials, indicating let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half. So the official upstairs and the replay center in New York get the second look, and indeed this call will be overturned. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
The Bears are going to be looking at a first and goal. They move it down to the 4.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. It is such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game. And they're knocking on the door here, first and goal. And at the very least, got to come away with some points.
And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Chicago. Santos for the extra point. He's got it. And the Bears add on to their already sizable lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Samuel going to see what he can do. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Throwing now, it's McCarthy. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. So we hit halftime along the lakefront here in Chicago, and the Bears are on top as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach. Thank you. Two very different halftime speeches by these head coaches, that's for sure, as we get set for half number 2. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. That ball going to hop into the end zone. It's a touchback that will come out to the 20-yard line. The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10. Here's a run to begin this third quarter. And the D closes quickly. He's stopped after a gain of a yard. Tackle there by Will Anderson. Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll stick with him again. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Oh, how about that hit? Wow. He took a pretty good lick at the end of that one. Here's 1st and 10. Here's McCarthy. He'll let this one go deep down the right sideline. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. We'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now McCarthy. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. McCarthy from the gun here on 3rd down. He's got his man right side. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds. So no turnover, and it's actually going to wind up a 1st down. McCarthy going to look to throw again. Looking for his tight end on the corner route. He's got it. And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the 3rd quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
To throw once more. Here's McCarthy. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll get this down to the 3, but no further. It'll be 2nd and goal. To the air once more is McCarthy. And he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings. Well, they get on the board. That pads the individual stats. Makes mom and dad happy. But, Greg, we have seen stranger things. You never know.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing right now, Mike, aside from the scoreboard, oftentimes in the NFL, you learn more about your team in moments like this than you do when everything's going well. So I think this coach is paying real close attention to which one of his guys are going to continue to fight.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. They'll turn and hand this one off. And the defense all over this one. They knock him down. It'll go down as a loss of 2.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And they'll stop it. At least it's an improvement over the last play. They're not losing yardage, but they didn't gain any here. And now it's going to be 3rd down.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
3rd and long. The Bears will use one of their timeouts here. A tough spot here. 3rd and long. On 3rd down, it's Williams from the gun. Cross right side to the tight end, Kmet. 13 yards on that pass play. 1st down, Chicago.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Handoff here, up the middle, and he'll be close to a 1st down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. That'll be caught. It's Metcalf. There he goes again. And he's got another one. DK Metcalf. Touchdown there. That is his 3rd touchdown of the game and his 9th for the year. Santos, good on the extra point. And the Bears will add one more onto their big lead.
Got that one right. Yeah, that's what I like to hear. Go away, baby. Oh, that's the right. Go away, baby. Got that one right. Go away, baby.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now an opening past the 30. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's McCarthy. And he'll be brought down, but what a run. Down to the 40.
The challenge of defending a dual-threat quarterback in the NFL, Mike, is that you just don't see them week in and week out, maybe like you do in college. So in this case, you defend everything perfectly downfield, but it's hard to account for a quarterback who can run. He escapes the pressure.
To the goal line and in. Brevin Jordan. Touchdown, Minnesota. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon.
This is a great example here, Mike, of an offense and a quarterback that is just in complete control and rhythm. Not only is he able to deliver this ball on target downfield, but the accuracy is what allows his receiver to stay on his feet, pick up the remaining yards after the catch, and walks it in for a touchdown.
Bears 56, Vikings 21.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. The tight end, Kmet, is on the move. Now a run on 1st down. He's beyond midfield to the 45. And he's into the end zone yet again. Touchdown, Chicago. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. On is Santos for the PAT. His kick is good, and the Bears stretch things out even further. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
On first and 10, it's McCarthy. Going right, it's taken in. And he's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
So far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
And McCarthy's going to get down and pick up the first down. Good, smart play with the slide by J.J.
On gain of 14. First down, Vikings.
They're going to motion the tight end over here. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So back and forth they go as we are through 3. Back with more after the break. Sports. On first down, here's McCarthy. Quick hitting slant there. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. They'll fake the give, and now it's and he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. On 3rd and long, here's McCarthy. That is hauled in at the 5. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Vikings 28.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. The return starts from the 5. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The middle they go. That's the way to get started. A pickup of 17 and a very quick first down.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it. You know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
Not much there. Maybe a yard. On second down, they'll run. And it'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Defensive coaches preach every day, Mike, swarm to the ball. Get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible. And this is a great reason why. The ball carrier is able to make the first guy miss, but it was the pursuit from the rest of the defense that's able to get him down and keep him to no gain.
He's going to take a shot down the field.
I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while, it seemed like everything the offense did hit. After that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over, this defense will certainly take it.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. Off the bootleg, it's McCarthy. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion. Throwing on second down is McCarthy. He'll get this one to his safety valve, complete. And a big strike for good yardage there, all the way up to midfield.
And at this point in the game, trailing by this much, you're just trying to get something positive going. And even if it doesn't alter the outcome of this week's game, Mike, you're trying to build on some things that you can take into next week's practice, build off of and learn from, and hopefully carry it into next week's game to hopefully have a lot better performance, especially here offensively. This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
Now he'll run it. Whoa. McCarthy's going to get down and pick up the first down. Good, smart play with the slide by J.J. He'll drop to throw. That is caught. What a throw. Touchdown, Minnesota. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. The extra point is up and through. And the Vikings cut into the lead a little bit. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. Have got it.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
On second down, here's McCarthy. A throw left side, but it's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. And he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Open man, right side. He's got it. He is in. Touchdown, Vikings.
We're seeing this so much all across the NFL, Mike, is the value placed on a receiver being able to turn into a runner after they're able to secure the catch. And sometimes it's easier said than done. But if you want to survive in this league as a wide receiver, you have to be able to make plays like this after the catch. And great job there by the quarterback being accurate, and great job by the receiver running after he makes the catch.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. To the ground, a first down run. Second and a yard.
Brings up second and a yard at the 39-yard line.
A handoff as they try to run it here. And no place to go, no place to hide. He's taken down behind the line.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on third down.
2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. We'll come back and finish this one off after this.
Get out of here with the win, oh. Let's end this job with a 6-0.
Here's a third down and 4.
Just get it in the pocket.
Working out of the gun, here's Williams. That one intercepted. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream, a pick six for touchdown. The pick six for the score. Greg, that is the one thing this offense did not want to see, and it really is demoralizing to see that happen in that spot.
Absolutely, Mike, and that's one of those cases where you just would like to see the quarterback say, all right, I'm going to live to play another day. Don't force that throw. Don't try to make a play that's not there, because not only do you turn the ball over, you give them an easy 6.
And on the other side, the defense, what a moment. Uplifting for them. Big momentum builder.
Yeah, and that's the way games are shaped in this league, Mike. I mean, you find yourself able to capitalize on a mistake by an offense. You get yourself an easy touchdown. All of a sudden, your sideline finds themselves completely rejuvenated.
And he'll work ahead for about 5 to the 25. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Now a give up the middle. Has an opening past the 40. And they will finally run him down up near midfield.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead. You're in the fourth quarter. And they're able to pop off a big run.
And he's going to have another first down as he's able to dive beyond the marker. It'll be a gain of 10 and just enough to move the chains.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
So this one in the win column for the Bears. And it is their 3rd consecutive victory. They continue to play